Guys, I've been so hyped about making this video for such a long time. I've been an entrepreneur for 3 years, but I thought, the more time I give it, the more experience I get myself, the more I can actually supply to you some real good information and knowledge. So without further ado, let's get straight into the list. So start off with the schedule. How does a schedule look like for an entrepreneur? I think since you're your own boss, you can actually dictate it yourself. You can structure your own day and your own plan. So here it mainly depends on two factors. The first one is what kind of person you are. So do you like it more structured? Do you like your routine, right? Having specific times and specific time blocks, or do you like it more free? So I personally like it much more free, right? So just having tasks and doing them whenever I have time. The second factor is your own business, right? So what kind of business do you actually have? I personally have a service-based business. So that means that I need to align with my customers very much, right? So that dictates very much my own schedule of the day. So going over to the community of entrepreneurship, it clearly can be very different. But for people who I know, I do have both entrepreneur friends and non-entrepreneur friends. I feel like the entrepreneurs are much more supportive. If you do want to start one thing, you're never going to be judged for it because they went through the same thing. I also think that it's much more easy to understand and talk to entrepreneurs because the mindset is very much the same, right? If I talk to a non-entrepreneur friend, they tell me oh, I'm so looking forward to that new job and meeting my new manager. And I'm like, bro, manager, what? Why would you ever want a manager, bro? Right? But then they ask me, okay, so how is your online store going? And I'm like, yeah, well, I failed it 25 times. And with 26, I'm definitely going to fix it and do it. So 26 times is a charm, bro. And also, guys, since we already touched down on community, I thought I was going to tell you all about the lonely chapter. It's something that probably all the entrepreneurs need to go through. And that is a period of time where they kind of distance from your old friends and go over to a new friend circle of more entrepreneurs. And really the lonely chapter is not okay, now we're done talking, you go away, right? We are not friends anymore, I'm not interested, right? It's not so sudden, I feel like the lonely chapter, you kind of just slowly lose the interest of what the other people are doing. So clearly depending on your age, when you start, if you're young, people ask you, okay, bro, let's go party, let's go to the club. And you're like, what club, again? What, I have some work to do, I need to work right now. And they're like, bro, okay, next time they come, okay, bro, come on. And you're like, oh no, I need to go meet that customer right now, right? I have some work to do again, right? Not slowly and steadily, you're just gonna be distancing away from their interests and kind of going into that new realm. So guys, if you do decide to go into entrepreneurship, just be ready, right? I'm just telling you so you don't get thrown off, right? Just be ready for it. It will come. Tag through it, and it is definitely going to be worth it. Now going over to common myths debunked. I picked out 3 of them, so I'm going to be debunking all 3. Starting off with, you need a long, big education to start entrepreneurship. Guys, I've been through that, I've been having so many people telling me, bro, entrepreneurship is not so simple. You cannot just go into it and start. You need to go study business studies, right? Or leadership, economics, you need all that knowledge before you start. Bro, trust me, no. What you need in reality is real life experience, right? Some people will call it street smart. You need to start your own very little business. Start with brushing gravel, right? Then work yourself up, get customer knowledge, right? Start maybe managing a couple employees. Oh, where do I find my employees? Friends, bro, right? Pick out some friends. Do you want to earn some money, right? Yes, okay, come, brush gravel for me, right? Now you know how to manage employees. And that sounds very simple, but it is really not that hard. That is literally the way we did it. And some of my entrepreneur, maybe not friends, but acquaintances, right? Who are much older than me, 30, 40 years old. They say to me, that is the way to start. That is literally the way you do it, right? No degree, no university is really going to teach you that real life experience. And that real life experience, that is what you need. The second myth is that you need lots of money to start. You need a lot of capital to invest into your own business. Clearly, that depends on what business you want to start, right? If you want to start launching rockets into the space, clearly, right? But what you want to do is start with something that doesn't require any capital or nearly any capital. Dropshipping is a good one. Small, easy services are very good, right? Maybe you want to deliver food to someone, right? If you don't have Uber Eats in your country or city, maybe start doing that, right? Something simple. You can clean houses, right? Knock on the doors. Hello, guys, can I clean your house? Who are you, bro? You learn pitching, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying in the previous point. Just get out there, and do something simple. The third myth I want to debunk is that all the odds are against you. It is basically nearly impossible to start doing entrepreneurship. You need to be super lucky, super smart, whatever. But guys, that is completely wrong, right? It is going to be sounding super cliche, but actually, hard work, not looking back, and just staying disciplined, that is going to help you, right? Not thinking like, maybe I should have done that back in the day. So, maybe some of my friends are now earning more than me and they have a corporate job. I still am not earning anything and I'm just blowing money on my new dropshipping store, right? That's never going to work. Bro, just do it. Just continue, For me, it worked. For so many people out there, it worked, right? And why would I lie to you, right? I'm not even selling nothing. So I'm just really sharing my own experience. You can watch my YouTube channel. I have lots of videos with real work, real jobs that we had and customers like that is super possible, bro. Now let's get over to some things that I don't like with entrepreneurship. I feel like one of the things is that you can never be really content, right? You can never sit down on the sofa and oof, let's go, now everything's good and stable and everything's on track and bro, let me relax completely, right? You can never be really like that, because you probably heard that, but entrepreneurships do work probably more than corporate jobs do. The second thing is the expectations that people put on you, right? If you tell people that you are an entrepreneur and you're starting to go that other route, people are going to be expecting very much from you and definitely success, right? If you go back and you are unsuccessful with it, you're going to be really getting that, The third thing is the delayed gratification, right? You cannot be expecting immediate results with entrepreneurship. A part of that is you just hustle and you work and you don't really know how much you need to be hustling before you can actually see some results. So now guys, let's go over to the conclusion. So is entrepreneurship for you? If you ask me personally, was entrepreneurship worth it? Was it worth the pivot, the change, the expectations and the hard work? Definitely, bro, 100%. But is it for you? I feel like if you kind of had that spirit your whole life, right? If you felt man, having a manager over me, that just sounds super uncomfortable, right? That probably is a good reason. If you can handle all the late nights, all the early mornings, right? The hustle without seeing the results, the expectations and everything, then you can do it. Just give it a little thought. And if you end up with saying to yourself that you're going to be doing this, stay true to yourself, be ready for the lonely chapter, and you can make it, bro. Because if you feel like this is for you and you do complete this is gonna be the pivot of your life, you're gonna be the most grateful for doing. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, put your likes up, comment down below if you want to say anything, or if you have any questions. I'm gonna be definitely answering every single one. Subscribe to follow the journey. Check out some of my previous videos. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.